opportunity to talk about where we are going as a hobby. Where is FPV going? So in this live stream today, just a quick live stream to talk about, there's a whole lot of stuff happening in FPV, and it's appropriate that I'm driving because we are definitely going somewhere in FPV, and like where we're going, that's the thing. Nobody really has any type of has any navigation for where we're heading with FPV. People talk about a lot of domestic companies, manufacturers, and things like that popping up for us, which is great news. There's also an HD system that's popping up that's going to be an American-made NDAA version and possibly a hobby version. We also have things like HD0. So I've had a lot of conversations lately, and a lot of it's in my head, so I just wanted to kind of get this out there and share it with you guys. Howdy guys, welcome to the live stream. We're talking about where we going today with the FPV hobby and what's gonna be next. And I've been reached out to by a whole bunch of American-based companies, which is good news. And we're gonna have some more interviews coming up, which is also great news, from some people that are key players in the industry, as well as some people that want to just they want to share their story of FPV with you guys. They're on the channel because my platform is your platform. If you have a story to tell about how you got into FPV and you just think that it'll inspire other people, that's the kind of story that people want to listen to, right? In a podcast format, because that's really what makes things interesting. You guys have heard a lot of my story, but I want to hear more of your stories. And so that's kind of what the interviews are for, as well as key players in the industry. Yeah, Impeccable says that FPV saved my life. Absolutely. That I had yesterday with someone who is fairly new to FPV, but also been flying drones for a while. So we set up an interview with him coming up, and I think you guys will be really interested to hear his story, because his story is pretty amazing. And I don't know, people find things to make themselves happy in this crazy world. There's a lot of crazy shit going on, but there's always, hopefully people can find something, and FPV's that's something for so many of you guys. Even if you just get to fly one time during the day, or one time a week, for some people it just makes their week go along a little bit better. Some people only fly on the weekends. Just so happened I met someone yesterday that mentioned that he had a Cinewhoop out of the blue, and his name's Eugene. Very interesting to hear Eugene say the word Cinewhoop next to me, because that word right there makes me immediately know oh, he's one of us, he's an FPV guy. And so I was telling him about Northwest FPV. If you're in the Pacific Northwest, you should get into that group because it's awesome on Facebook. A lot of nice people in there. It's a very friendly group. FPV is the new sliced bread. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a complete getaway from complacency. Yes. Sitting around and doing the same thing all the time. It reminds me of skateboarding, when we go out and look for a spot to skate, where you wouldn't get kicked out by the cops. And this is very similar to that, because you're looking for a place where you get away from people, get away from the Karens, get away from the police. You don't want to be around any crowded spaces or anything like that. Downtown areas, the whole idea in 2025 of diving, building diving, I think is a very bad idea right now with current state of politics. I don't advise you to go out and dive buildings. It was cool back in 2017, and I don't think you're going to get as many points in 2025. It's already been done by a bunch of people. Black Sheep was doing that probably 15 years ago. So Trappy, you know, one of the more controversial figures in the hobby, but that was a long time ago, and since then he's really taken the reins to like make one of the best FPV companies in the world, Team Black Sheep, and the most reliable radio system out there, running 915 on Crossfire. It's freaking awesome. So he really came back after he got in trouble with the FAA many years ago. But he's been a key player in the hobby, and now I'm excited that Team Black Sheep is another American company in the United States making NDAA products for all of you guys. So we're gonna get flight controllers, ESCs, driving one E. Man, I'm excited about that. So there's kind of a, like, we've talked about a lot of doom and gloom on the channel, but we're still going somewhere that is gonna be airborne. Like we're gonna keep this shit going. I guarantee it. Yeah, so recently also, I've been talking to a lot of people who need some help setting up their FPV drones, or if you have one sitting in the corner on your desk that you can't get to fly, then you have a radio for it and a receiver, you can send it to us, we'll set it up for you. If you go on the website, there's plans on there that you can purchase, and I'll take my time to set it up for you. And recently we're working on a 7-inch for a very good friend of ours, and we recommended that he run with TBS Crossfire on that one, because that is the GEP-RC Crocodile Light, one of the best like lightweight long range 7-inch quads. Really nice setup. But what a more reliable radio system could you put on there? You know, and I'm still working my way over to ELRS. Don't, like, you guys that love ELRS, don't trip, because I am moving a little more toward ELRS all the time. But I have both radio systems, so I just use them both.